Now we will discuss some very important XPath axis. Let's start with following. It selects all matching elements in the HTML document after the closing tag of the current node. Okay, let's try to understand it with an example. So here we have an HTML element with tag A and its text home. Okay, so we are locating one element here and then we are defining a relationship from this element to the element that we are interested in. So we need to locate this particular element, legend, and since we don't have any other option to locate this initially, what we did, we allocated another element nearby, and then we defined a relation like, this one follows the previous one. Okay, so now we'll see how we can do it using our sample application. All right, so this is the element that we need to find out. Okay, and let's inspect this first. So here you can see that its HTML tag is legend. Okay, and it has got some title as well. It has got some text. All right, okay, so assume that this text is like dynamic. Okay, and you are not able to identify this element with this text. Okay, if that is such a scenario, then how will we identify it? Okay, so what we are gonna do is we're gonna locate another element nearby, maybe this one. Okay, so and then you locate this first and then find the relation like this element follows this one, right? So we can start locating home first. Let's inspect home, and here you can see that it's an A and it has got the text home, right? So let's write XPath for that one first. Okay, so let me start with / and then A, and we can say text of, and then let's give the text home. All right, now we are locating the element home. Okay, it has uniquely identified the element because you can see that it's 1 of 1, right? All right, and from here let's put a slash and we can define a relation because this element, the legend one, that one follows home link, right, in the document. Okay, you can see that here because this one is after this one. All right, so let us type following, and then let's put colon, 2 full colon, and then we can say we can try to locate this one. Okay, so how can we say that? We can specify its HTML tag. Okay, that's legend. All right, but it's showing it's locating in fact 3 such elements. See here you can see 1 of 3, right? That means there are 3 elements, 3 legend elements which follows the link home. Okay, but we need to uniquely identify the element, right? So how can we do that? Let's see. So the first one is something else. That's not what we are interested in. Okay, so this is for another one, right? So let me click the down arrow, and now take a look at this one. So this is what we want, right? So this is matching the text. This is your form titles. Okay, so this one, right? And so in that case, this is the second one. So we can use the index. I'm gonna put 2 in the index, and now we are uniquely identifying the element. Now let's take one more example. Okay, so let's go here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to inspect this area inside this rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to right click and click inspect. Okay, so here you can see that there is an element div. Okay, it has got a property class equal to main. All right, so when I hover over this, you can see one area is highlighted on the left side of the screen, right? Okay, so let us locate this element first. Okay, and then let's see what all the elements that are following this particular one, right? Okay, so let's write the XPath for this one, and so if you inspect it, just a moment. Okay, so I'm gonna hover over this one once again, and you can see that it is okay. Let us see this once again. I'm going to hover over this once again. So now you can see that, it's highlighting till this footer area. Okay, so only the footer area is after this particular class, this particular div element, right? All right. So let's see, let's write the XPath for finding this div element first with property class equal to main, and then let's define the following relationship. Okay, so / div, and let's add the property at the rate class equals main. Okay, now let's see, it's locating the element uniquely. Now it's showing 1 of 1, and the div element is highlighted here, right? All right, now let's add a slash, and then let's type following, and 2 full colon, and let's add a star so that it should identify all the elements following this particular one, right? Okay, so now let's see what all things are there. So it's identifying 7 elements, actually 1 of 7. Okay, so here what you need to understand is, so you can see a closing tag div here, right? And the opening tag was here, right? So div class main. So for this particular element, there is an opening tag here, and this element and the corresponding closing tag for this element is here, okay, at this point. So from the opening to closing, it's a single element. So when you use the following, it will identify the element after its closing tag. So this particular element div with an attribute class equal to main, this has got so many children. Okay, so none of these children will be identified if you use the following clause, because it will identify the elements only after the closing tag of this particular element div.